With almost every single zombies game, there's a common sentiment. That either the later DLC maps are never as good as the launch ones, or that the quality of the maps rises and falls throughout the life cycle of the game. You'd be hard-pressed to find a group of players where they'd agree that each subsequent map was an improvement for a game. You always get some maps like Shangri-La, where some players don't like the map design, or Revelations and Reckoning, where the majority of the community was disappointed in the underwhelmingness of almost all the aspects of them, and felt they didn't live up to the hype or quality of the previous maps in their respective games. World War II, IW, Black Ops 3, almost no game can say that it ended as strong as it started. Except for one. The one game that did what no other has. Only get better, improve, innovate, and excel with each map release. That game was Black Ops 2. If we go chronological, when players pre-ordered BO2, they received a bonus map, Nuketown Zombies. Nuketown was such a popular map in BO1 that having it as a zombies location was a no-brainer and super exciting. Visually and aesthetically, the map is a real eye-opener. Being able to play on this location post-nuke really is something special. But that's about all there is that's special about this map. When you really look at the content here, there isn't much that's above a World at War map, barely being on par with Der Riese. There's the 4 main perks and Pack-a-Punch, but no traps, no original Easter egg song. It's just repurposed moon loading screen music. There isn't even a map-exclusive wonder weapon, and if you want to count 5 as BO1's bonus map, comparing it to this, that at least had all of those things. So coming from Moon to this map, there's really no comparison. The layout wasn't built for the zombies mode much at all, and the random perk mechanic may be something different, but it isn't necessarily fun in any way. While there are some who appreciate the challenge, most would say from a gameplay and map design standpoint, Nuketown is one of the worst maps ever made. Now, we finally move on to the premier map of BO2, its main launch map, Transit. Transit may have had the ambition to try to innovate, but it didn't have the dev time to be executed properly. What this ends up giving us is a large, mostly frustrating map with almost nothing to fill its vast surface area. The navigation is poor, the Pack-a-Punch is frustrating, and the wonder weapon is pretty bad.
Unless you know how to use it.
And like Nuketown, there's barely any perk variety. Many from Moon are missing, and you can't even access the newest one in solo. Transit has been, and continues to be, a guilty pleasure for many players. But no one who can find the crazy enjoyment on it would honestly call it a good map. There's just too many elements that come together, making a annoying experience. While Transit tried to innovate, Die Rise actually did. Die Rise was the first and one of the few layouts that went for a different style of map design. With a better selection of wall guns, an amazing wonder weapon, the challenge comes more from the traversing of the map rather than the zombies themselves. Die Rise angered a lot of players for the difficulty of moving across its layout and taunting them with not being able to acquire PhD. But the truth is that had this map allowed you to get it, there would be no challenge. Falling would mean nothing. The difficulty would be completely gone and no longer have punishments for poor movement or bad jumping. Die Rise isn't a bad map because of its layout. It's a challenging map because of its layout. And there are many players who see this and can appreciate the design philosophy of this kind of map. While not a great map to most, some did see it as a big improvement on Transit, and especially Nuketown. But it's with Mob of the Dead where Black Ops 2 would truly spread its wings and take to the skies. Mob brought everything Transit should have. A new type of storytelling through gameplay, a refined after-death mechanic, a map-wide quest that puts value on every area, and a new customizable wonder weapon. Mob of the Dead is credited as being the map to save Black Ops 2, and it's not hard to see why that became a sentiment. It innovated, gave us some incredible atmosphere, created its own power mechanic that interacted with the map in so many ways, and made it all rewarding. While many maps had had Easter eggs before, this was the first time where the main quest was tied to the progression of the map. Getting to Pack-a-Punch was already about 1/3 of the entire quest, so it was a big journey. Mob favored the hardcore players of zombies, and gave something more to the dedicated, the ones who wanted a quest to go on, rather than just the killing of the undead. And while Mob did that for the hardcore players, Buried did that for the casuals. Buried was the last map made by Jimmy Zielinski, and it really was a smorgasbord of everything made up to that point, with a fantastic map theme, an inspired mechanic to choose your own wall-by locations, and a friendly roaming NPC with multiple interactable features. Buried was like the zombies' playground, with all the best buildables, some fantastic equipment, and most of all, multiple ways to reward players who learned all the tricks there were. Buried brought the Broken Earth story, as well as the original timeline, to a close with its one-of-a-kind super Easter egg ending, and 2 of them to be exact, which no other map besides Reckoning has done, but even then, that was merely a choice between 2 boss fights. This was a 3-map long journey that got so many involved in this cooperative experience, because the only way you could access it was by doing all 3 of the previous Easter eggs in that path. Buried gave freedom, variety, and most of all, fun to the players. With a fantastic conclusion like that, there's almost no way it could be topped. And then it was. It cannot ever be understated how innovative and influential Origins was for zombies. Quickly becoming regarded as one of the best maps of all time, for its theming, attention to detail, map design, weapons selection, 4 elemental wonder weapons, and a fantastic Easter egg quest which made numerous references to Black Ops 1's most memorable campaign mission. And this right here is what sets Black Ops 2 apart, because it did what no other game has ever done, perhaps besides the original World at War: improve and make every map better than the last. Now, you could look at it as it starts at the lowest possible point, that there's nowhere to go but up. But BO2 truly and earnestly innovated with all of its maps, and no map in this game plays the same as any other. Really, just think about it. A map like Farm is in the same game as Origins. That just doesn't even seem possible. They're on completely other ends of the planet in terms of quality, but that's what makes Black Ops 2 Zombies so special. Each map, each experience is like a rising level of quality, innovation, and replayability. Each map in this game gives a unique experience from the last. You can't play something like Bus Depot and then Mob and feel that there's any kind of repeating ideas. This happens when you have devs that are passionate in trying new things and working to deliver the best they possibly can for their players. And all I can hope for is a game where the devs look to do the same thing again.